Yeah, Supercoach is back. I mean, not Supercoach. Supercoach's been open for a while. Footy's back, so I'm excited for that. I've had nothing to do for like 4 or 5 months, so now I have a bit of purpose in my life, doing a Supercoach. So I'm watching football. I don't think I'm gonna be that interested in the football. I'm just gonna watch for Supercoach. Like I watch the Crows play, and that's about it. I'll check the stats for every game, but can't be bothered watching football sometimes. I just like watching the Crows in the finals. Regular seasons, nah. I just watch for Supercoach. So anyway, start off with Jake Lloyd. He's in my team. He was best on ground in the game he played against GWS. It was like a hit out. It wasn't an official JLT game. It wasn't an official JLT game, sorry. So yeah, he's getting better. McVeigh's getting worse. McVeigh will take his points, but McVeigh will probably only play 10 to 14 games, probably less, because he's on his way out. I think it'll be his last season. So I like Jake Lloyd. And in the midfield, I have no Dustin Martin. I'm not getting carried away by how he dominated Essendon, who had Gastro and Zach Merritt knocked out in the first quarter. So I'm not getting carried away there, but he does play a lot of early games at the MCG, so I do have to consider him. It'll be him or Mitchell. I haven't decided yet. But at this stage, I'm holding my horses. I'm sticking with Mitchell. I have Oliver in. Oliver got tagged. I think he got tagged for half the game, but he still ended up with 15 contested possessions. He's not leaving my team anytime soon, so I like Oliver. Brayshaw and Barry had really good games. They look like, I think we have to pick them based on what we saw. Brayshaw has some really good support, and like with Neil and Fife, he's living with Neil, which is really good. Neil's really professional, like a really hard worker, so he'll learn a lot from Neil. And Barry's mature age, so I think that definitely helps. Now in the rucks, I don't know what to do with the rucks. I'm thinking about going with Lysette and holding like 250,000 so I can upgrade to someone. Just let like Lysette increase in price a little bit, and then when the time's right we can pick another ruckman, because we might have to wait a few rounds to see who is actually a decent ruckman this year, because nobody knows, and it's a big risk starting with one, and that one might not do really well at all. Sam Jacobs got beaten by Sandilands in the JLT, but he always loses to Sandilands, so I'm thinking Sam Jacobs could be a good option. Anyway, in the forwards, now I said a lot of bad things about Devon Smith in my last video, but all is forgiven. He's playing 100% midfield time, at least 80% midfield time. He hasn't been training with the forwards at all, so he's been playing midfield. He's a little undisciplined. The way he left the Giants last year, I didn't like it at all. He didn't manage himself properly. He said that himself. And he was dropped for the prelim. Having undisciplined traits in you doesn't lead, like he might have a few bad games. Like if Essendon start doing bad, he might start going bad. I don't know, but I think he'll have a stronger start to the season, I think so. And he's at a good price. So I'll pick Smith. Then we have Sicily. I like Sicily because in the forward line, because I'm thin in defence. So if a defender doesn't do very well, then I can switch him into defence. And then we're going to have a lot of forward rookies this year, so I can just pick another forward rookie. That's my team.